Well, it's intangibles first and foremost. You want to be. Everything starts with toughness, playing physical, and playing with great effort, and that is gonna. No matter what front you play, no matter what coverage you play, that's where everything begins, and it's how you operate every single day. And it's not just a Saturday; it's every day of the week. It's the off season. It's meetings. It's all that.
Do you already feel like that's your identity, or you're still trying to work to build it with this?
Yeah, I think you're working at it every day.
Okay. What do you think the guys do well? What would you say is like the kind of thing that the team does well? As a defense.
Well, there's just so many. As a coach, you're always finding the things that you need to improve upon, because when you play in defense, you don't have leeway to have a critical mistake, especially against a good team. It's every single play. It's the consistency. That's what we need to find. And I think everybody thought we would perform better than we did. At every level, in terms of the run game, making plays in the pass game, and then just some critical mistakes. So, those are things that's going to be constantly worked on, and that's all we can do is go back and continue to try and improve upon it.
Coach Sark kind of laid out these bullet points last week for defending Stanford,
Sure.
and it didn't seem like a lot of them got executed.
No.
What happened from what he said to what happened on the field?
Yeah, it's the winning the first down. We weren't as physical in the run game as I thought we would be. I think the players, we all felt like that coming out of the game. Things just started to bleed a little bit. We had some critical mistakes on key plays, on key drives, and then some of the one-on-ones we were about a step away, and that's where the reaction, the instinct to be a step early, whether it's in the run game or the pass game, to go make one of those plays, and that really was what it boiled down to after watching the tape.
Do you think that was surprising just because of the first two opponents you played and then Stanford's a more physical team?
Surprising in what way?
Well, just surprising that maybe they weren't as physical as you expected.
Yeah, I thought we would play better against the run. I thought we would have made a few more of those plays. Overall, I think that kind of the critical mistakes that you kind of look at every drive when there was just a play that we didn't execute well enough, and that's at the end of it. All of it's going to come back to the down in, down out execution, and we didn't do a good enough job of that. And it all starts with the coaches, and we got to go out and give those guys the best chance to succeed. So that's what you come back and work on, and it's unacceptable how we played, and that's why we come back and meet and go back to work. And I know our guys are going to come back and fight, and we all expect to play better than that. There's no doubt. It's just unacceptable.
Was it harder to get after the quarterback than you thought it was going to be?
That's for us. We've got to continue to improve in that area. You pick and choose your spots on pressuring, and sometimes you want to be able to rush with 4 guys, and sometimes you're going to bring 5 or more. And we did both, and we just weren't effective enough in making him uncomfortable. We had a couple opportunities to make some plays back there. We didn't quite finish them, and so you got to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves, and it all goes back to us working on it, getting better at it. So,
do you feel like you made the proper adjustments against Stanford?
In terms of what? Well, Gary, anytime they make a good play, you're going to say, well, we could have done that better. We could have played this coverage, would have helped us on. Now, then you get into, hey, they're going to run a lot of different plays. They're going to give you a lot of different pictures. So you got to play some plays on principle, whether it's man coverage or zone coverage. So we thought we played base against their run game to stop it early on. We thought we would have a better chance to do that, and we did. So we started substituting and going bigger people. We just felt like there were certain downs that we thought we could probably do a better job against the run in base, and we didn't. And it goes back to us. And again, we're going to always, you can look back in hindsight and always do that. And that's the first thing we do on Sunday. I do that the first thing coming in Sunday morning, and then we as a staff do that.
When there's a game like that, and here you see this crowd who wants to, do you feel the heat? Do you feel pressure coming off a game like that, and can you feel the fan base and those kinds of things?
Yeah, every day I've ever coached college football, there's that. If it was for us, it's all we work on. It's everything you do 365 days a year. So it's disappointing when you don't go play as well as you think you can play. So we need to take corrections. Coming out and screaming and yelling and not giving direction, that's if it's effort and toughness, then yeah, absolutely, we will get after guys for that. But if it's corrections, then we got to correct them and help them perform better.
Sark said yesterday that he thought that Stanford mentally taxed you with their offense, with all the formations and stuff. Why do you think that happened?
Well, they give you a lot of different formation and personnel groups, so you can match them, and then they'll break the formation. So again, that goes back to what I said earlier. You got to play some plays on principle. You cannot practice every single formation and play that Stanford gives you. You don't have enough plays in practice. So unless you can play one defense, and then you're at the mercy of Kevin Hogan. They all know what you're in, and then so there's always a fine line there. They did give us a ton of formations, motions, and were we a little bit? Could we have adjusted a little quicker at times? Yeah, we could have. And so there's certain things we can do to help settle that down, and that means being a little more vanilla, so we can, maybe play a little bit faster that way. And then, but there's always give and take in that.
Let's do one more.
What's different from last week in the way you need to prepare for Arizona?
Well, really, your preparation shouldn't change. We understand. Nobody felt good coming out of that game about how we performed, and so to say you always, we're going to work harder this week. We need to work hard every single day, getting better at our craft. Every coach, every player. So that's what we have to do, and give direction to help fix the problem. And some of it we got to do, in terms of the intangible things. We got to play physical every single down. We have to tackle well. We have to have the mental toughness to execute the technique every single down for 80 plays, if that's what it takes. Those one play lapses can really cost you against a good team, and it did.
Takeaways too were a problem, and you didn't have. Is that something?
Yeah.
Is that just getting swarming around the ball and stuff like that?
Yeah, and making plays on the football when it's in the air. We didn't. I think we had one PBU, which I thought we would have got our hands on more footballs than that. But again, we got to perform better, and it's multi-level. If there's one quick fix, it'd be a easy answer. We just got to continue. We got to perform better, and it's got to be really everything. We got to execute better. We got to play with better fundamentals. We got to finish plays when we have a chance to finish them, and we have to have the mental intensity to execute down in, down out on a critical third down. If we're a contained rusher or we have a chance to sack the quarterback or knock a ball down, we got to make those plays.